Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Alyssia Luthfia Apsari. I am from the International Class Batch 1 2024, and I'm going to explain to you the case of the increase in import duties of personal belongings. Since March 10, 2024, personal belongings from abroad will be subject to a new regulation. In this regulation, customs restricted the personal belongings of international travelers. In this regulation, there are at least 5 items that they will be limited. This rule is very controversial because it is considered to greatly inconvenience international travelers from outside or from inside the Indonesia. Not only it is considered to be inconvenience, but it is also deemed absurd. It will only harm the people and is seen as benefiting certain individuals. This regulation is stipulated in the Minister of Trade and Regulation number 36 of 2023, which also regulates the amount of imported personal belongings of passengers from aboard. Custom regulated the amount of carrying shoes is just 2 shoes per passenger. New bag, a maximum of 2 pieces per passenger. Clothing such as shirt and pants, a maximum of 5 pieces per passenger. New electronic devices, up to 5 pieces per passenger. And new mobile phone, up to 2 pieces on a range of 1 year. This rule only applies to items that are still brand new or still have their tags. The reason of the creation of this rule is that if the importation of this item is not regulated or from abroad is not limited, there is a fear that they will be a misuse for purpose other than personal use, and this item will be resold. This regulation is also created due to the widespread of smugglers bringing in goods from abroad outside the import-export procedures to avoid paying taxes. Smugglers are suspected of carrying new items exceeding the stipulated limits. They will have to pay tax. But what if the suspected new items is actually a used one? Should it also be a subject of taxation? It is also explained in this scheme that travelers whose items are suspected to be brand new, but actually not, should be able to provide a proof that the item is actually used, such as showing receipt or the proof of purchase. But in reality, not many people keep receipts for their purchase, and incidents like this are feared to be exploited by irresponsible individuals to harm the community. Not long after the implementation of this new policy, a case actually went viral on social media, where an international traveler named Radhika Altaf bought a shoes worth 10 million rupiah. But he was subjected to an administrative sanction and have to pay taxes. The tax itself almost tripled the price of the shoes, at about 31.8 million rupiah. After the implementation of this new policy, the subject satisfaction level with customs has incredibly decreased. Customs has also gone viral on many social media platforms like Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram. Customs has also received a lot of harsh criticism from the Indonesian community. I will read some Indonesian comment on social media regarding the customs. What was the brainstorming process like for approving a policy like this? In my opinion, customs have gone crazy, wanting to travel but making unnecessary worries, afraid of being extorted by our own country. Just bringing your own belonging is already so troublesome. What's your work target anyway? Big passport, difficult visas, expensive domestic tickets, and when you want to go abroad, it's still made complicated, requiring reports. If there is no reports, personal item might be taxed. Why does this country keep making it difficult for its people? It's the field officers who are pitted. They just following standard operating procedures. The policymakers are the one who really unclear. How come when I ask what happened if we don't report and just bring back item purchased in Indonesia, there is no clear answer. However, behind this controversy, many parties also supported the increased However, behind this controversy, many parties also support the increase in import taxes by customs, because every policy issued by the government has clearly been tested for its feasibility and adjusted to the situation on the ground. The rampant illegal smuggling of goods through air travel underlies the enforcement of this new policy. The comment from our Ministry of Domestic Trade, Zulkifli Hasan, said, Zulkifli Hasan already asked the public not to overreact because it is something normal from the perspective and duty of custom itself. Zulkifli Hasan also emphasized that there will be no revision whatsoever to the Ministry of Trade Regulation number 36 of 2023. Zulkifli Hasan also stated that if you buy a lot, then pay tax as a citizen. How, especially if it's not for business purpose, why wouldn't you pay taxes? Says Zulkifli Hasan. After the viral policy regarding import duties on social media, many stories emerge about how customs often disappoint the public, such as imposing import duty rates outside the regulation, lack of socialization regarding custom policies, and non-responsive customs officials in serving the public. Actually, the policy formulation itself process can involve many considerations, such as need for state revenue, protection of the local market, or even national security. But however, in this case, it seems there was a lack in risk analysis process regarding the social and physiological impacts of the policy impact to the public. Here are some viral cases related to the custom agency. The detention of 8 SLB, a national level development in Jakarta. SLB in Indonesia, we call it Sekolah Luar Biasa, where the assistance was granted from Ovatek, South Korea, in the form of 20 keyboards for blind students. So it is a special keyboard designed for special needs person as a learning tools. Sri Mulyani explained that the aid was detained by custom because the recipient did not continue the process of releasing the goods. After news of aid for SLB being detained by customs at Soekarno-Hatta Airport, Gatot Sugeng Wibowo stated that they were in the process of exempting import duties and taxes for the import of the aid. That's it for my presentation on the case of the increase in import duties on personal belongings. Thank you so much for listening. Goodbye.